Hey everybody, real quick. I want to talk about opening up your heart chakra. Okay, and I want to talk about opening up your heart space and healing your heart chakra because I believe that is the reason why a lot of people are missing out on love. I believe that's the reason why a lot of people are missing out on their abundance. I believe that's the reason why a lot of people that they are missing out on their gifts. Because once you understand, once you come from a heart space and you open up your heart, that leads you to be the most authentic sense of yourself, right? And by you being the most authentic sense of yourself, you will begin to receive the things that you were supposed to receive during this time, during this lifetime, during this period in your life, right? And you also have the ability to receive the gifts that God wants you to have. Once you understand that God messaged you from your heart, God messages you from your heart. God sees you from your heart. So once you understand that God sees you from your heart space, you having a closed heart, you having a cold heart, okay? You having a black heart will do you no justice, okay? And the reason why the people do keep their heart chakra closed, or they do keep they don't come from a heart space, is because as soon as you move from a heart space, your ego is no longer in control. Okay, your ego is no longer in control, and when your ego is no longer in control, especially if you're a person who lives in your ego all the time, you will feel like you lost your bodyguard in this world, right? You will feel like you are vulnerable. It keeps you in a vulnerable space, right? So that's the reason why a lot of people are not able to lead from the heart. That's why a lot of people can't open their heart. And once you understand that your ego, okay, has no place in your heart space. Once you start leading from your heart, there are things that you will experience, not just emotionally, but physically. There are things that you will experience physically once you start opening up your heart chakra. There are things that you will experience physically once you start coming from a heart space. And I want to talk about that. So I'm going to come back here tonight and I'm gonna do a live on it. And then after I do the live, I'm gonna go on YouTube and I'm gonna download the live on my YouTube. And I'm gonna talk about how that looks and how that feels, because like I said before, I really do believe that's the reason why people are walking around in this world unhappy today. Because if you're not leading from your heart space, if you're not leading from a place of love, if you're not leading from a place of authenticity, you will not be able to recognize love. You will not be able to recognize your gifts. You will not be able to recognize your abundance. And the key thing, when you do lead with your heart space, when you do lead with your heart, when you do keep yourself in that vulnerable state, you have to learn certain boundaries, okay? You have to have certain things in place so you don't get hurt, because you are presenting yourself in the most authentic state, in the authentic fashion you can present yourself, right? But you're presenting yourself in this fashion so you can get the things that belongs to you. You can't receive what you want out of life. You cannot be abundant in life if you have a closed off heart. I don't care who says what, it's just impossible. It's impossible. Because how can something the things that belongs to you have to be magnetized to you, right? It's a magnet. It has to be a sense of attraction there, right? So let's just say you're in the place in your life where you figure like, oh, you know what? I want to be in love. All I want is love. I want somebody to love me. I'm just love, 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 love. Why I can't find nobody to love me, right? The time where someone does come to love you, okay, but your heart isn't open, okay, your heart isn't open, your heart is closed off, your heart is blocked to these emotions. It's not because these people don't love you, but you can't feel the attraction. You can't feel the magnetic pull because your heart space is not in the space of being loved. You're not in that area. You're not in that space, right? So I wanted to come back and talk about that because that involves a lot of things that I don't think people even realize we even talk about. And it's easy for me to talk about it because I come from my heart space genuinely, right? A lot of times it got me in trouble. A lot of times I cried. A lot of times I made a mistake. But I can tell you, when I do meet, people who are on my level, and when I do receive the things that I'm supposed to receive, because I am open and I am genuine, I am authentic, it is it's worth the fight, right? It is worth all my battles. So I just wanted to come here and tell y'all that, and y'all check me out a little later, and I'll see y'all later. All right, bye.